Hey everyone, it's Jamie from IndependenceStNola and Seasons and Ritual, and I'm here to talk about this new moon in Pisces, dark moon in Pisces, that's happening today, February 20th, 2023. Um, it's it's a big dark moon. It is at 1 degrees of Pisces, and if you guys have been following the channel, then you know that when these planets, when they come in and they hit their peak at 0 or 1 degrees, that is a karmic turning point. This is also a fun new moon or dark moon because it is on Monday, and Monday is known as Moon Day. But it's also Lundi Gras here in New Orleans, and Lundi Gras, of course, Luna is the moon, and it always happens on Monday, so it's another homage to the moon. So just a little reference for there too. I'm wearing some glass beads that I caught the other day at a parade just for fun. Okay, so let's get into this Pisces dark moon. So the Pisces dark moon was at its peak Monday today at a little after 1 a.m. And if you've listened to Helen and I when we talk about our weekly chats, you're seeing that on the 19th we just moved into Pisces season, and then so many hours later we had the new moon, or as I call it, the dark moon because it's dark. And then coming in March, it'll start to change, so we start having the full moons first. So that's just signaling the big shifts that are happening. This isn't out of the ordinary. This does happen. So many cycles we go through where we have the season, like Pisces season, the astrological season, and then the new moon. And then we go, and then it flip-flops. So this isn't like a 100-year experience. That's just where we are in the evolution or rotations of the planets. But it is important to see this Pisces dark moon for what it is, which is, again, another karmic turning point. If you guys remember, the Aquarius dark moon was also at 1 degrees. And so now we have Pisces at 1 degrees. So this is a good time to start making those intentions. It's also important to know that, looks like I'm wearing a little crown. It is important to know that when Saturn moves into Pisces in March, it will conjunct this point of 1 degrees 3 more times. So what that's signaling is that we're setting up this stability in Pisces. When before we were in that age of Pisces and coming out of that age of Pisces, things were we were all disillusioned, we were all very confused, there was a lot of gaslighting, there was a lot of narcissism, no one was being held accountable. And Pisces now has moved into its higher octave because we've moved into this age of Aquarius. And so this Pisces dark moon to me is signaling it's time to start dreaming again. It's time to start calling things in. It's time to start knowing that you can get those things that you always imagined and knew that you loved. A lot of those things were not coming through in that age of Pisces because of that energy. And now all this energy is shifting and all this energy is changing. If you watch the video with me and Helen about this week coming up, we talk about where Venus is moving into Aries. And I won't get that in here, but it's moving out of Pisces into Aries, and or maybe she's already in Aries. Anyway, watch it. You can watch it. We filmed it yesterday. But basically, it's important to know that when Pisces in its highest form is the beginning and the ending. Jesus Christ is synonymous with the age of Pisces because he was here during the age of Pisces. That's one of the reasons why his symbol is the fish. But also, one of his many teachings, and this is just fact, okay, this isn't me trying to Bible it up or anything, but what he was trying to teach was, besides to love thy neighbor, was that life was eternal. And he was is showing that by, like, when he died, he then rose again, right? So just because the flesh life was over didn't mean life was over. He was just showing that it just changed form into something else. And that is Pisces at its highest energy. So it's important to know if a lot of things around you are ending right now, it is important to know because this new beginning has to begin. this energy is moving very, very fast. That's why it's important to make these intentions. And like I said, if you miss this dark moon because maybe you're at Mardi Gras or maybe there's other things going on, it's okay. You can always go back and set those intentions with the dark moon of Pisces. So you would just say, I'm setting these intentions during this dark moon of Pisces with that energy. I blah blah blah. Set that intention. But also know if things start moving around and you don't like it, you can revise the intention. You can revise what you mean. You can revise, like if something comes up and you're thinking, oh, maybe this is what I need to do instead. You can do that. The universe, to me, and has always been taught to me, is smart. The universe is intelligent, and I think we got into this way of being in that age of Pisces because a lot of things were done out of fear, and so we were always afraid, like, what if I don't word this right, or what if I say the wrong thing and then this comes up and then I have to live with it for the rest of my life. And that's not what we're moving towards, okay? This age of Aquarius, in this Pisces, in this age of Aquarius, is telling you to start dreaming again. You can dream and revise, okay? And if you like what you like, then you just keep going with it, and it's not this idea that you're not satisfied, like, I don't like this now, or you're just changing your mind or being flippant about it. It is more of this idea of you going for what your dreams are, what you love, how you feel love, how you see love, and bringing that in and knowing that it can happen. That's, Pisces is a creative sign. That's it at its highest, and it's okay. It gives you the strength because it is so spiritual, if you will, and mystic, that you do there is this understanding or this knowing that everything is shifting and moving, and it's going from one way of being into another way of being, and that's okay. You want to bring in that higher sense of movement. Pisces is the 12th sign in the zodiac wheel. And so Pisces has a little bit of each sign in it. And Pisces is like Buddha. It is in its highest self, looking down and observing. And then it can make those decisions. So if we can reach towards that higher Pisces, it helps us. It is mutable, right? Because Pisces is moving us from winter into spring. Thank God. Thank Goddess. So, it's okay to have this movement. It's okay to move things along. It's okay to change your mind. But what's really important is that you take your time and you get in touch with your feelings, and you get in touch with your emotions, and you get in touch with the things that really light you up and that make you want to dream again. That Saturn moving into Pisces in March and then conjuncting this karmic point 3 times is really going to help us make that stable. It's really going to show us the correct way, or the right way. I don't know how to frame this, but I'll just say the correct way in how we can see that we can make our dreams reality. So this is a really powerful time. It's a really special time. And like in that video, I told Helen, this is probably the first Pisces seasons that I've looked forward to, I would probably say, in my lifetime. So, and it's because we're moving out of that lower Pisces, which is illusion, addiction, confusion, and Pisces is showing up in its highest self and its highest form. And it's important, you guys, if you are feeling, lost or alone, Aquarius in its lowest form is loneliness and isolation. And if you're feeling those things, it's important for you guys to speak up and reach out. That's what I do. I'm here. You can always reach out to me to schedule something. You can reach out to Helen, but just reach out to someone. There's always someone out here that wants to help you. The world is awash in helpful people. And I know sometimes we get into our lives and we don't feel that way. we do feel really alone, or we do feel really confused, or we don't see the light or the way out of that. And I'm just here to remind you that there are options. We have so many options. And once we start reminding ourselves that, again, we're able to dream, we're able to move forward, we're able to allow the past to be in the past. And it's important to know that we are, this is the year of that chariot, and that chariot is moving fast. And I was talking to a client / friend last week, and we were talking about, staying present and moving forward because of this age of Aquarius and how we can do that. And she asked me, well, how come we weren't taught that? And I just said, because it was never modeled for us. That age of Pisces was always about the past and looking back and the one that got away and glory days, and our best time was like high school or something weird like that, which was really hard being an Aquarius, because I kept thinking, well, aren't they in front of us, or aren't they right now? Because I like to stay present. And so understand that, like, we're forgetting, we're untying, we're unlearning that. We are learning we can stay present. We are learning we can move forward. We are remembering and learning that our best days are right now and coming in, and we can help create that. And by that creation, that's Pisces, that's that dreaming, that's that eternal hope, right? That's that idea that this isn't things in its final form. It can end, and it can take on a new form. It can take on a new energy. So I think I'm going to leave it here for this Dark Moon Pisces. Remember, it is a karmic turning point. So those things that just didn't happen in the past are going to have the energy to move forward. If you guys want to know more about the energy of the week, just you click on the video with Helen and I, where we talk about the astrological energies of the week, our weekly celestial chat. I appreciate you guys being here. I know when I hold the phone with my hand and I talk with my other hand, it shakes. So I know that can be a little bit disturbing, but I appreciate you guys. Well, if you have any questions, reach out via Instagram and or YouTube, or my websites at IndependenceStNola.com or seasonsandritual.com. Happy Lundi Gras, happy Monday Gras, or happy Mardi Gras tomorrow on Fat Tuesday, and we will talk soon.